We're literally in height descending order. I'm going to stand on my tiptoes.
All right, we have started the stream. Hey, guys. And I'll come into shot. Yeah. Hi, everybody. We are the AMC Movie News crew, and we're in Las Vegas. We are here in Las Vegas for the Academy of Web Television Awards, which we are nominated for 3 of them tonight. Yay. Woo! So we're here, and so we obviously can't do AMC Movie Talk, so we thought we would do an Ask Me Anything, where we will just interact with you guys and talk to you guys, and you guys can send questions to us. Here's the best way to send questions to us. You can send questions either on, I got it on. I guess the tweet started.
Mute.
So you can either, on the live chat board, if you're watching us live, you can probably write in some questions there, and we might see it, but the problem is the questions on the chat board on the YouTube thing go so fast, we're probably just going to miss it. Your best bet is to tweet questions to us using the hashtag AMCAMA. So tweet using the hashtag AMCAMA. A bunch of people have already started tweeting us. We have a whole bunch of questions. So we're going to swap in and out here because we only have 2 microphones ready to go. So we're going to have 2 of us doing answering questions, and then we're going to tag out and tag in. And I don't know, we'll go do this for like an hour, maybe 30 minutes, I mean. No.
3 hours. No.
Maybe an hour or so. So the men will start things off since we're already sitting here. The ladies, they're going to be sitting around here. Feel free to ask them questions and all that kind of stuff that you want. So hello, everybody. Thank you for joining us as I lean out of camera to look at what we got.
Do you want me to source them?
What's that? Yeah, you can source. If you pick out a couple that come in there that are really good. So for now, I will pick out 1 or 2 in here while
I've got one already. We've got one.
Oh, what's Maud asking?
We've got one from JP Sketch 03. Want to hear your thoughts on the Vaughn Flash Gordon?
Oh, yeah. So, like, literally just a minute ago, what he's talking about, a minute ago, we heard a report going around. Vaughn is in talks to do a Flash Gordon movie. Schnepp will love this. I am not as enthusiastic about Schnepp. I ain't so enthusiastic about Schnepp.
I guess Schnepp doesn't know something.
He ain't so enthusiastic about me either. No.
We've got a meeting tomorrow.
I am not as enthusiastic about Flash as Schnepp is. I'm not totally sure it'll work today, but I mean, it all depends on the take. Matthew Vaughn, I completely trust. So if the reports are true and he's actually signing up to do it, I trust him completely. I trust that he will come up with something cool. I trust he will come up with something great. So just on the premise of Flash Gordon alone, I wouldn't be interested. But if Matthew Vaughn is attached to Flash Gordon, that's something we can talk about. So, but whether it's true or not, I have no idea. These things are just starting to come out. Have you heard? You haven't heard anything either.
No, I mean, he was in negotiations to do a Flash Gordon movie. I'd be excited for it just because, yeah, he is a fantastic director, and visually, I think he will get the world and all the, different costumes and all the action sequences. I think he'll do very, very well. I mean, he won't go, it can't be like an R-rated film like a Kingsman or a Kick-Ass, but he can do PG-13 as well, and I think this might be a good fit. I just am more interested in him possibly doing a Star Wars movie instead of a Flash Gordon. Maybe this is his other Star Wars.
Well, maybe this is his Star Wars take, but remember, like, right now we've got our Star Wars movie directors booked until 2018, right? So we've got Star Wars, JJ's doing Star Wars Episode 7, we've got Ryan Johnson doing Episode 8, we've got, Josh Trank is doing the second spin-off film. Gareth Edwards is doing the film. So there's 2015, 16, 17, 18. Yeah, we're playing all the way through 2018 for Star Wars films. There's not another new Star Wars movie until 2019. So even if Matthew Vaughn's going to do Flash Gordon, he should be available if they wanted to bring him.
Maybe this is his audition for Star Wars.
It could be. Just like Gareth Edwards' Godzilla was auditioned for Star Wars. All right, I got one here I'm going to take. This one comes from Andrew Jones on Twitter. It's at Drew Jones Brew. And he writes on Twitter, "Love the show. How do you guys determine who actually does AMC Movie Talk daily? Is there a set lineup for specific days?" There's kind of a loose structure. So, for instance, what? What are you laughing about? Give me your phone. I don't know why. Maud just got somebody sent. It's turned off her phone.
Damn it, Dennis!
Damn it, Dennis! Look what you made me do. There's Maud. Okay, so there's kind of a loose setup to our structure. So, for instance, Mondays, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays, John Schnepp is on those days. So he always knows what he's saying. He wasn't on the other day. He's really busy getting The Death of Superman Lives What Happened put together and ready. You can get a little closer, Dennis. You're out of frame.
No, I don't want to get close to you.
We were in Vegas last night.
Still are.
We all woke up together on the floor. I don't know what's going on. So that's there. Generally speaking, we know when Mark and Christian have a rough set of a number of days, and then I was not doing Fridays for a while until we started with Phase 3 and started the new studio. But we're going to get to a point pretty soon where I'm not going to do Fridays as well, and then either Amy Rose or Dennis will host those days. But then it's just kind of winging it. Everybody's got other schedules too. Alicia is ridiculous. Maud is ridiculously busy, and she's about to get busier. Royal skank. Wait, what? No. Oh. Maud is awesome. I'm just mad, but we'll get to do stuff about Maud later. So everybody's really, really busy, and so Amy Rose right now does our scheduling, and so what she does is she works with all the crew members and all the cast to kind of work out what works best for them and when they can fit in, stuff like that. So we try to about every 2 weeks in advance.
Set person is Schnepp. Everyone else is kind of
Schnepp is set Monday, Tuesday, Wednesdays. I'm set Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And then we kind of work everybody else in and around. Did you have anything else you wanted to pull up over there?
We got one. I think it was like a Raz or something of the like. Sorry, the feed is going really, really fast down in the chat. But to steer away from movies, they want to know what TV shows we all watch.
Oh, what TV shows do we watch? I don't watch a lot of TV because we're really busy, and with the free time we have to be in movies. I just finished Daredevil season 1, which I really enjoyed. Best Marvel TV show yet. I liked Agent Carter, much like everybody knows I'm not a fan of Agents, but I really I liked Agent Carter, but I think Daredevil is probably the best one from them I've seen. Supernatural's been my favorite show for a long time. What else? I like Grimm. I like watching Grimm. Grimm's pretty cool. What are some of the ones you watch?
Well, Game of Thrones.
You've been watching The Nick too.
The Nick is a fantastic show, but nobody watches it.
Nobody watches
It's on
it.
Cinemax. It's Steven Soderbergh, Clive Owen. I also just finished watching Daredevil. I thought it was fantastic. It's probably the best comic book comic book TV series that I've seen. Unless you want to, some people argue The Walking Dead, but I don't know. I just can't think of any other show that can compare to it. Just because it's Netflix, so it kind of has a freedom that a lot of other stuff, like Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and even Agent Carter, just don't have.
There's a new Rainn Wilson show, Brandstock.
Backstrom, I think.
Backstrom, thank you. Which looks really dumb. I gotta admit, it has potential. I don't mind the show so far, but it has potential. They've got characters. I like Rainn Wilson's character a lot. I think there's a lot they can do with them. So there's some cool things there. One more from here. Where does it go? Somebody was just asking about, a bunch of you have been asking about this, but this one specifically comes from JJ Hubber, who's writing, and by the way, guys, you can tweet in questions live on the stream or tweet in questions to us using the hashtag AMCAMA. And this question is, has the animated March Madness bracket been put on hold to see the round 3 results? Yeah, this week is the week from hell for us because between a lot of behind the scenes stuff that's been going on and the fact that we have the Academy Web Television Awards and that Star Wars celebration is going on that we're coordinating, you're going to be at, Amy Rose is going to be at, Maud's going to be at, I know Alicia's going to go get in line tonight. No, she's not. It's been a really crazy, and that the effects of this week started last week. Like, you've just been running ragged.
Yeah, last week was no picnic.
No. I know when starting to get overwhelmed when I'm not even kidding about this. I've never told you this. When this is a good the sparrow in the cage down in the mine sign that Dennis is getting overwhelmed. When he starts every answer with no matter what. Hey Dennis, did that show go up? Dennis, what do you want for lunch?
Yeah, last Thursday was pretty.
Last Thursday was
pretty
crazy.
hectic. Yeah.
All right, let's take one more, then I'll swap out. Do you got one on the YouTube one? Or sure, do you pick one out of Twitter?
Yeah, go on Twitter.
Whatever, wherever you like.
Charlie Hagan says, do you think that they might make any more of the Cornetto films, such as Shaun of the Dead? Love the show, watch it every day.
I love Edgar Wright. I love Nick Frost. I love Simon Pegg. But that is that Cornetto trilogy is such a fake thing.
Yeah, it's not a real
these
trilogy.
These are 3 films that have nothing to do with each other, but they just called it a trilogy. Look, is there more Cornetto films? No, but both Edgar and Nick have said that the 3 of them are going to make films still together in the future, and I will be first in line every single time. I think they're 3 for 3. I don't think all 3 are masterpieces, but I think, well, Shaun of the Dead's a masterpiece. I love that. But I think all 3 of them are good.
Yeah.
And I'll watch anything these guys put together. But have you heard anything more about like them wanting to turn the Cornetto thing into a...
I don't think so. But for me, it was kind of like, I love Shaun of the Dead, but then Hot Fuzz was good, but it like the quality for me went down every film. So World's End for me was the weakest one out of all 3. And so, I don't know. But like you said, it's not a real trilogy.
It's not a real Cornetto trilogy. But it's not. Okay, who's tagging in?
There you go.
Here comes Amy Rose. Amy Rose tagging in on this side. Ladies and gentlemen, Amy Rose.
Hey.
Oh, do we have a question?
I got one. Okay. Let me give me a mic here. Rokan. Oh, no, that's the wrong guy. Nick Parker, right now. Poor Rokan. Thought he was going to get this question asked. I asked a few years ago, but a live-action Iron Giant with Disney recently getting their animated films to live-action trend. Could we see a live-action remake of Iron Giant?
Absolutely. I think that's, I feel like it's every week that we're seeing a confirmation from Disney, so I don't think that we're going to slow. And that's such a beloved property, so I don't think that's a difficult thing to think that we will see it.
Yeah, I think we should or will, as long as they bring a Vin Diesel back as to do the voice, which it's not hard to do.
No.
They could even take his old stuff and redo it.
I'm like, what are you doing, John?
There you go.
Because I'm short?
Jeez.
Jeez.
That's better.
Hi.
Amy Rose
Hobbits need love too, okay?
Amy Rose just got the booster seat.
I just got the booster seat. This is ridiculous.
All right.
Oh.
Got one in the chat room from Oscar who wants to know, do you think that a movie like The Princess Bride could be remade in the vein of like 21 or 22 Jump Street?
I just hear remake Princess Bride and I go tisk tisk tisk. That is a classic. As you wish.
I don't think they can recreate that magic.
No.
And I don't remember, the first one was PG-13, right?
I think so, yeah.
And so,
no reason
like the 21 Jump Street, 22 Jump Street, like they're like R-rated. So I don't know. I just can't see it happening. And who are you gonna get to play all the different characters?
And I don't know how you modernize it in that way, because part of the magic was this mystical world and like the characters and their dialogue, and it was witty and magical, and I don't really see it going in that direction. But if you were gonna remake this classic, which I think I've made clear I don't want to happen. You would have to really make it different. Yeah. And I do love what, our faves, the Lego creators, I love them, Lord and Miller, have done with the franchise. Because I wasn't even interested in 21 Jump Street, to be honest.
No, the trailers actually look terrible.
Like terrible. And I was like, Channing Tatum in a comedy, I was like, yep, he's good. So.
You can't replace Andre the Giant, but if you had to, you could put in the Big Show in there.
Yeah.
Oh, Ron has another question.
Anybody want a peanut? Okay, we got one from John Pope on the tweets. He says, do you all get along as well off the air as you do on the air? Asking on behalf of the Dirty Skank.
I hate them all. They're all terrible, terrible people.
Yeah, I think that, you witness our chemistry in shows because it's real. I don't think any of us would have stayed here through everything we've had to accomplish with pretty much, not having much support in the beginning when we were this small little editorial division and getting the full support. And we're a family. And that's why I think you can feel that we genuinely love and enjoy spending time together. Otherwise, I wouldn't want to come into work every day.
Also,
except this guy.
Also, none of our stuff is. I think some people have come up to me and Schnepp before and asked, like, I think they told Schnepp, like, I like your character on the show. It's like he's not a character. That's him.
Yeah.
And I think someone told me once, I think your scripts are getting better. I'm like,
Yes.
I was like, there is no scripts.
Oh my God.
Yeah, so.
Yeah, what you see is what you get. If you don't like it, we're sorry, but we're very genuine and authentic with who we are in real life as well, whatever that means.
All right. Here, Mod. No, you stay here.
Okay.
I started off. Here we go, Mod.
Here comes the skink. I'm not okay with that. That was mean, John. That was mean. And we're out. No, that was mean. She's the lovely, lovely lady. Pushed about that, Mod.
Okay, so this next question comes in from Justin Odom, who writes, "Love you guys. What director would you like to see direct an Old Republic spinoff?" See your eyes light up as soon as you say Old Republic?
Who can do an old? I think the better question is not who's going to direct it, but if it will happen and how the movie could actually work. Because there is an Old Republic storyline, but none of the characters are now canon anymore. Would we want to see a Revan and a Malik? Look, I initially started saying that no, because in the video game you get to character, and I chose a female character, and I chose the light side, but you could be a male who would turn to the dark side.
Dark side's more fun, let's be honest.
Except the problem is that if you make it canon, then it's only one particular way. And I was like, well, that's not fair for someone like me because my character is completely different. But then I've had a lot of people kind of defend that and raise some really, really great points saying why it could work. But who would direct it? Oh. Who could it be, Alicia?
Oh, I don't know. I was looking at all the questions.
I think it could be done. I mean, it lends itself pretty well because of the rich content, obviously. But I feel like it's always the usual players. We always recommend the same directors who have done well with this, and I would really have to think about that. But luckily, we have a lot of good things within our favorite galaxy coming. So
Yay.
Next.
Next. This one is probably for you, Amy Rose. Although Maud probably has some answers as well. What non-blockbuster movies are you looking forward to this summer?
Yay!
This summer.
Yeah.
We do Coming Soon together, so we kind of always predict and have a look at what's hitting the screens in the near bit.
We do, and I think that's the beautiful part about just being a film fan is that, yes, there's all these incredible blockbusters. We just saw Avengers. Sorry, Maud, you're going soon. Sorry, Maud. I wasn't trying to, that was genuine concern and love for you, not like that guy who's rubbing it in your face. But yeah, I mean, we made a list actually on AMCI that will premiere later today about our top 10 films we think you should see this summer. The first one that comes to mind, I would say, is The Tribe, which this movie is so fascinating because it's told 100% through sign language. And there are no subtitles. And it's so out of the box and so creative and so important because this is real. And, it just shows, again, that language is universal. Even if you don't understand what's happening, you're watching these really intense situations, and I completely followed the entire film. So that film is really fascinating. Love and Mercy is another one. For all my fellow music fans out there, this is about Brian Wilson and the Beach Boys.
Cool.
And Paul Dano plays the cool.
I like the Beach Boys.
Beach Boys. And Paul Dano plays the young version, and John Cusack plays the old version of Brian Wilson. And what I love so much about this film is it actually shows the artistic process, the maddening in the studio for hours, take after take, and it shows his descent into madness, but he's definitely considered a genius in this industry, one of our most iconic in U.S. history for music. So yeah, that's a good one. What about you?
I don't even know what season it is because back home it's autumn, so I guess that means we're spring now, but when does summer come?
And of course, Irrational Man, Woody Allen's film, Joaquin Phoenix and Emma Stone coming together should be a really great pairing. So yeah, check out our episode today and 10 great films for you.
I want to see Ex Machina. Thanks for asking.
I mean, that movie is one of my favorite of the year,
There's
so
a
check
question,
it out.
Is Amy Rose single? When I was that, everyone wants to know about Batman versus Superman. So I guess there are rumors about a trailer being played.
Are we just brushing over the is Amy Rose single question? Are we just brushing over that one?
What's your name again? Who's this guy? Batman v Superman. Yeah, it's going around right now. Interesting timing.
Wait, it's going around. Are we talking about your singleness, or are we talking
John,
about...
we're talking about a
Batman
huge
versus Superman.
blockbuster,
Gotcha,
which
sorry.
was a great transition from going from the indie world to this. There is a little that's going around that we've seen saying that, during Star Wars Celebration that Zack Snyder might be tweeting a little teaser clip or something, which, you know, we've all talked about this. We have to, even if it's just speculation. And it seems like a really smart and business move to kind of steal from the thunder. But as we've been talking about, the studios are not in the business of making friends with each other. They're in the business of competition and making money. So it would make a lot of sense because this is such a highly anticipated film. So I do think timing-wise, just give us a damn trailer. It's time, Maud.
I just feel like going, in the red corner, it's Marvel with Avengers and Star Wars. And in the blue corner, it's DC holding on and trying to fight when Marvel's out in the front. So I think that, you're right. They are. It's a competition. But I just don't like it how it's like, it's one or the other.
Yeah.
Why can't we enjoy all of them?
We can coexist. And, like, for us, we win because we get it all.
But you know what? Grab your popcorn this weekend because it's going to be a fun one to watch.
It is. You ready, Leash? Gonna tag you in. Here we go.
Hi.
All right, I got a question lined up here.
Hello.
All right. Where did it go? Because this thing keeps jumping around. Okay, this one is from Matt Santiago, who writes, at Maud Garrett, I don't know why he specifically put you, but okay. At Maud Garrett, love the song from the end of Furious 7. What's your favorite song in a film? Scores don't count.
Look at this stuff.
Isn't it neat?
Wouldn't you think my collection's complete?
Wouldn't you think I'm a girl?
A girl who has
Everything. Anything Disney.
Yeah.
Like quiz me. Like any movie. If it's Beauty and the Beast, Aladdin, or Little Mermaid, or The Lion King.
Yeah,
I even know every word to the French chef song in The Little Mermaid. Les poissons, how I love les poissons, love to chop and to serve little fish, chop, chop, chop.
And I hear you singing
this.
This is what I hear next door, in the room next to me. And also one of my favorites is from Scarface. I think it's like, push to the limits or take it to the limits. There's a really weird moment in Scarface. It has like this really 80s song.
Say hello to my...
And yes, you got it right.
The ladies all look like a singer group.
All right, do you have a question?
I got one.
I pull out what's inside and I serve it up right because I love the little fishes, don't you?
Okay. This get this one in. It's from Brian Bailey. It says, AMC guys, are you prepared? Did I say Brian Bailey? It's from Brian Bailey. Are you prepared for the waterfall of tears that will follow Han Solo's death in The Force Awakens?
Oh, do you
That's
think it's going to happen?
Yeah, that's gonna happen.
I think
He
it must be the
gonna-
only reason why Harrison Ford wanted to do it,
Totally.
because he finally gets the death that he wanted.
He wanted to die in the Millennium Falcon at the end of the Battle of Yavin. He's wanted this, and then it kept going and going. Yeah, I
Will
think,
you cry?
babe,
Yeah, she will.
I cry when I run out of milk in the morning for my cereal.
Ready? Which late 90s teen movie would you want to see remade since they're doing She's All That and I Know What You Did Last Summer? And this comes from S. Gray.
Oh my
Late
gosh! What were you obsessed with? I loved 10 Things I Hate About You.
I loved Clueless.
Oh, Clueless. Can we do
Clueless
another
could get
Clueless?
an update.
And you can still have Paul Rudd because he doesn't look any different.
Yeah, Paul
you can
Rudd
still get
hasn't
Paul Rudd.
aged.
He looks exactly the same as he did.
Yeah, I'd love to see
You're
Clueless.
a virgin who can't drive.
Drive.
That was way harsh, Ty.
Way harsh. And what else? You love 10 Things.
Love 10 Things I Hate About You.
Yeah.
But then it's like that thing where it's like, are they doing it as an the late great Heath or anything that he's in? It's like, will we ever see something like that again?
Yeah, it's funny because when you watch Clueless now, it's really dated. But at the time, it was so cool.
Rolling with
I wanted the wardrobe with the clothes.
I got one here. Will there ever, from Jamal B. Wait, did I ask the last one?
Yeah.
No, you did. Okay. So, I'm sorry. I'm getting ahead of myself. Jamal B. Pullman writes, again, at Maud Garrett. Oh, there's probably responding to your tweet.
Tweeted, yeah.
Because you're so popular. Will there ever be an AMC movie trivia game show? Would you guys want one?
I'm terrible at trivia. Can't keep anything in my head.
I'm a genre kind of expert. So if there's anything comic book movie related, trashy teen movies from the late 90s or Star Wars, I'd be great. But if it's like the classics or the indies, I would tag team Alicia. Actually,
Yeah, that's
if we
good.
could do that, if we could tag team, because I am Alicia's weaknesses and she has my weaknesses. So if we were to ever do this and we're able to pair up, Bring it on, bitches.
We would win, because then I could do the classics, indies, you could be all the genre, and together we're the perfect woman.
In Star Wars, Alicia would be like, Maud! I'm like, yes.
And and the Coen brothers. You're like, Alicia.
Wait, they're brothers?
This one is very timely because we just went to an Italian restaurant last night with The Godfather playing everywhere.
Kidding.
And so this one comes from Tevion Kennedy, who wrote, "What are your thoughts on a remake of The Godfather series? Please read it, and thank you. I think I know what your answer is going to be."
Well, we're having a remake of Scarface because
Sacrilege.
that seems like it's kind of...
Well, because that's
you're
already
able
a
to-
remake from the 30s
and it's just
film.
adjusting to the era that we're in, but I think The Godfather is kind of
The
like...
Godfather seems like one of these films that's untouchable. I'm sure you could do it, but I would never want to see it.
I'm gonna make you laugh at your camera first.
Yes! I'm taking Maud to see The Godfather. It's exciting.
Yeah, we're getting
On the big
dressed up.
screen. Gonna get
Yeah.
dressed up.
I'm
It's
just
gonna be fun.
As soon as I hear that line, I'm like, I'm out. I've
But
done it.
Everything with The Godfather, the cinematography as well as the acting. I mean, it's one of these movies. And I get tweets from people who've just watched it for the first time, teenagers, and they love it. Because it seems like a daunting film, one of these classics that people might think of is boring, but it's a really good story.
Is there magic?
Marlon Brando is magic.
Does he have Jedi powers?
Of sorts.
I mean, does anyone want to tag in?
Okay.
And by the way, for those of you joining us now, why are we not in
Vegas.
We're in Vegas in my hotel room because we are here in Vegas for the IAW TV Awards and blah, blah, blah. So that's what we're doing here. But it has been already a little bit of an adventure because it was the worst windstorm I've seen since moving down into the States. And it caused a little bit of drama. The not as big drama, although to them it seemed like it was the biggest issue in the world. Amy Rose and Maude were just aghast that they couldn't go to the pool because because when the wind gets a certain speed, whatever, they shut all the pools down, and like Maude and Amy Rose are like walking around. Every employee in the hotel, do you know where there's a hot tub? Do you know where there's an open? They were so distraught.
They woke up early to drive here to go to the pool. Meanwhile, I almost died.
Well, let me get to you in a
Forget
second,
about
though.
that.
The way they rectified, this is what they did to rectify their need for a pool. I have a hot tub in my room. So what the two of them did, was they just had their bathing suits, got their towels, filled up the hot tub, and sat in the hot tub,
got a
looking
nice
out over
view.
everything.
Yeah.
And adult milkshakes, yes. So they were drinking. So they got that, and then you flew in last night.
Flew in and it was a dust storm and really windy, and I thought I was going to die because we had landings. It was so windy. It was bouncing and swirling around, and then they would take off again. And like, sorry, folks, we'll try that again. Come around, try again, and then the guy
And then take off again.
He was like, oh, okay. We're going to try it one more time. And I was thinking, what's going to happen if we miss it? And then it like slammed and spun like this, and everyone cheered. And I thought, oh, God.
And what did your stewardess say?
She said, she was like, whew, didn't think we were going to make it there, folks. Give it up to the captain because that was a tough one.
And then last night, I got to share the story. Last night, we decide we're going to go to dinner last night. We're going to go to my favorite, actually, in the world, Italian restaurant in the world is actually here in Vegas in the Rio Hotel. And so how to pronounce this place?
Cafe Masteriano?
Masteriano's? Whatever. It's great. So we just say, yeah, let's go there later. So I show up wearing what I was wearing all day, and then these three ladies show up like dressed amazing. They all look incredible.
Party.
So now I'm standing there looking like a schlub. And like I'm saying,
Sorry.
it's me with these three women at this table. I'm like, I've got to be one of these guys, like unemployed brother or something sitting here. So that was fun. Anyway, do we got another question? Oh, Maud's got one.
It's for Alicia. It's from Prashant Vermuri. Blue Flash says, Alicia, have you ever thought about dyeing your hair purple?
I have actually. Yeah.
I thought you have at some point, didn't
No,
you?
I have. I've never had purple. I've had pretty much every other color. I was blonde for so long, and then I've been red for about 3 years now. But I wanted to go purple. But Red Fury has kind of been
Red
my
Fury.
nickname that's stuck, and I like that name. But Purple Fury, maybe? I don't know. What do you guys think? Important
Honestly,
questions. Should I?
I think
Purple?
R-E-I-G-N.
R-E-I-G-N.
Rain. Yeah.
I actually think you epitomize a redhead. I
Yeah.
think red works so well on you, but you might pull off
Brings out
purple
the
and
eyes.
just might be a revelation.
I don't know. Let's know what you think.
Sorry, that was just for fun. One from Caleb Waller who says, predict the future of film cinema in the next 10 years and how AMC will play a role.
Oh, what? Be up to like phase 10 by
All
then?
right, yeah. So the future of cinema is AMC Movie Talk playing before every movie in every theater, AMC or otherwise.
It should.
Yeah, I think that is the future. I don't know who's listening. Honestly, it's hard to tell. Like in the last 10 years, the big advancement from my point of view has been image quality and sound quality.
Yeah.
There've been a lot of other little gimmicks that have been tried to do that have hit and miss and whatever, and the promise of 3D and all that kind of stuff. I've never bought into it, but we have better picture quality now than ever. As a matter of fact, AMC and Dolby just announced a new partnership with these new Dolby, it's a 2 laser projection system that Dolby said. It's going to be called Dolby Cinemas at AMC Prime. It's going to be exclusively with AMC. This is by far, forget IMAX. It is going to be the greatest image quality you have ever seen in your life. Combine that with the Dolby Atmos sound systems, which is the best sound system you can get in any theater in the world, already in the AMC Primes. It is going to be the movie-going experience. Now, outside of that, I think you're going to get, some people are testing around with when they switch to digital prints of movies, that, hey, that means now you can have one theater in your big, complex that is like, we could play any one of these 6 movies at 7 o'clock. Whichever people vote on Twitter most, or go in and hit buttons that'll play that movie.
But I think it'll be interesting too to see what happens with the franchise model, the movies that are happening now. Like, will they still continue this way, or will it lose steam? Will something else take over as a trend? I'm not sure how that will go, and if the model of these really high-budget movies, if that can last that long, and if film will survive, if we'll continue to have film projectors and film prints.
I hope not. What's funny, though? It's that all trends come and go, and it's like whenever you're in the midst of a big trend, everybody says, well, this will never end, and then it ends. And then the next big trend is like, we forgot to learn our lesson. It's called the MySpace rule.
And I know George Lucas and Steven Spielberg have spoken about their thoughts on the future of film, and they say it might be like going to the theatre, where you pay a lot of money, you get dressed up, and it's a night out to see a film that might play in a cinema for like 6 months, because these will be available on demand whenever you want to watch them.
All right.
From Mr. Nang, who wrote, what is your favorite not very good movie? Like how John always says, the Mortal Kombat movies.
Get over here.
Okay, so a couple that sound to me. Mortal Kombat, Armageddon.
Yeah?
It's a guilty pleasure of mine.
Don't want to miss a thing.
I still get choked up a little bit when they do it. Okay, but to me, the greatest bad movie of all time is not The Room. The greatest bad movie of all time, you know what I'm going to say probably, Vanilla Ice's Cool as Ice. Yes! It is the greatest bad movie ever. If you've not...
Stop. Collaborate and listen. Ice is back with a brand new invention. Something grabs a hold of me tightly. Flow like a harpoon daily and nightly.
This is daily, by the way, everybody. This is daily.
Turn off the mic and I'll glow. To the extreme, rock a mic like a
If you haven't got 20 people together yet to watch Vanilla Ice, Cool as Ice, get 20 people together. Get some adult beverages.
Running Man.
Get some adult beverages and watch Vanilla Ice, Cool as Ice together. You will... themselves laughing all night. What about you?
I have a couple. Showgirls. Showgirls is my ultimate guilty movie pleasure. I love that movie. And I think it actually could be almost a really interesting satire on Hollywood and how women have to sell themselves to get where they want to go sometimes.
How hot was Gina Gershon?
It tries to be that, like, make a good point, but it doesn't. It's just boobs. Just boobs, and I love it.
Just boobs.
And
you should put that on the poster. It's just boobs.
Just boobs. I love Naomi Malone and how aggressive she is, and it feels right that we're talking about that in Vegas. I also love Grease 2.
Wow. I can honestly say I've never heard those words.
Grease 2, yeah. A cool rider. I know, that's awesome. And I love, this is a secret guilty movie pleasure, I love sequels to really bad movies. So I love Cruel Intentions 2 with Amy Adams. And I love Wild Things 2. And then I
didn't even know there was a Wild Things 2, really?
So bad.
Are any of the original cast in
No.
it? Wow.
That's what I love, when there's a sequel and no original cast are in it. And then when, like American Pie spun off and did all these like American Pie Beta House, and so bad, but amazing. Does anyone else want to tap in? Have you had enough
Dennis.
of me? Damn it, Dennis.
Dennis is tagging in. Actually, let's shove this. You can probably lose the booster.
Yeah,
seat.
I don't need the booster seat.
Booster seats for
We'll
everyone.
call it the Amy Rose Throne.
Yeah. I'm coming for that Iron Throne, John. Be ready. All right. Cypress Synth wrote, who would you like to see direct Wonder Woman? Love you guys. Love Profiles, Alicia. Yay.
I love Profiles too. It's a great show. Who would I like to see direct it? Well, I mean, we were actually we were walking around Vegas last night. We were talking about that.
People have been talking about Catherine Bigelow.
And Lexi Alexander. And Lexi Alexander. Lexi Alexander's probably she has always been. Catherine Bigelow. That's any movie. She can do anything. So you couldn't go wrong with her. I like the idea of Lexi Alexander for Wonder Woman very much. I have from day one. There's some talk about Angelina Jolie. I think it's important to note too, while I think it's a good idea to get a female director for Wonder Woman, it doesn't have to be a female director. So, we can look at some others. But if you got Catherine Bigelow or Lexi Alexander, I'd be really happy. What about you?
I thought McLaren was a really good fit. I think I've answered this question before. I would like to see her known female director Susanna White direct it. She has no chance at all. She directed some of the first episodes of Generation Kill on HBO, and she's done some lesser known TV series in Britain, but I think she would do a really good job, but I don't think she's in the running whatsoever.
Right over here.
Big shout out to Captain Tight Pants, who says, will there be another AMC 100 million type party at your new HQ?
He was there for that one.
He wants another.
Will we another like maybe a 200 million view party? I don't know. We've played with the idea of having a housewarming party at the new HQ. We've talked about that as a possibility. We had, I think it's safe to say all of us, I think I speak for all of us, we had at our 100 million party. We were overwhelmed. I still remember when, I think you weren't in the car with us, but I think it was me and Ray were in the car. And we had a car driving us to the studio. And as we pulled up the studio, we were like, oh, what else is going on? Because we saw all these people lined up outside and the lineup going down the sidewalk. And we're like, what else is going on over here? And then as we got there, we realized this whole lineup going around the block, this is for the AMC party. And we're like, what? And so many of you guys came, and it was such a good time. We had so much fun. Yes, I think celebrating is a good thing. I like to celebrate. And so when we hit accomplishments or whatever that are worth celebrating, I think it's safe to say at some point we'll have a party in our office. Dennis, probably want to keep his door locked. But
yeah, probably either the next milestone for subscribers or viewers. I think, what are we at?
276, 277
of subscribers. I don't know, maybe 500,000 or something like that.
yeah, maybe we get 500,000 or 200 million views. I don't know. We'll figure it out when we hit something big. All right, over here.
All right. Mike Jacovu wrote, what is your favorite movie about Las Vegas? Mine is probably Scorsese's Casino.
It's hard to not go with that one. I thought Bugsy was good. I know a lot of people will trash Bugsy these days. I actually thought Bugsy was really good. I enjoy Bugsy a lot. Look, this is going to sound really weird, but this is out left field. This is just personal preference. Douglas, Robert De Niro, Las Vegas. I loved it. And the reason I loved it so much, and here's why, is because I come to Vegas about 6 or 7 times a year. Me and Andy to Vegas. And I've never felt a more Vegas movie than Las Vegas. I just felt like when they were, as the movie was playing, it felt like this is Vegas, and I felt like I was here. And I felt like, yes, that's my experience, and that's what I feel, and that's the scene when you're there. So while it is certainly not as good of a movie as Casino, while it's not as good of a movie as Bugsy, for me, it's the movie that really captures Vegas in a weird little way. What about you? What's your favorite Vegas movie?
I actually enjoyed that movie, but the best part about Las Vegas is remembering that you dissed Robert De Niro. I pressed my favorite part of that movie that wasn't in the movie.
For those who don't know what he's talking about, I pulled a gaffe. I told this story once before, but so I get up for my interview. I'm interviewing Kevin Kline, who I adore, Morgan Freeman, Michael Douglas, and Robert De Niro all at the same time. And then I finished the interview. What's that? Were you there that day too? Alicia was there too. I get up, I go around, I shake a couple of hands, and I walk away, and I thought that was it. Dennis, so I send Dennis the video file, and Dennis calls me at home. He goes, John, have you? I'm like, no. He goes, you totally snubbed Robert De Niro. I'm like, what? He goes, yeah, you dissed him. I'm like, what are you talking about? And he sent me this still picture where I guess I forgot to shake Robert De Niro's hand, and it's a picture of me walking out of the room with Robert De Niro sitting like this, holding his hand out for me to shake him, and I totally stonewalled him. And then it's funny because that picture got online of me at the Avengers press conference that I did, and there's me talking, and you see Robert Downey Jr. trying to get my attention waving with his hand up, right? And some people commented on that online saying, John totally Robert De Niro'd Robert Downey Jr., which I thought was funny. But what is your favorite Vegas movie?
I don't know. I mean, Casino's up there for me, and I know this movie isn't about Las Vegas, but even the short scenes in Swingers, in the beginning of Swingers, I was telling these girls earlier that I didn't get my Swingers moment last night because everyone else, Maude and Amy Rose came up early.
Yeah.
And then you and Alicia flew in myself. But the problem is there was a lot of traffic, and by the time I got here, every time I come to Vegas...
You try to get out of Los Angeles at like 4 o'clock.
No, 3 o'clock. But anyways, every time I come to Las Vegas at night, I usually have my Swingers moment, is where you go over the hill and you see the lights of Las Vegas. You go, Vegas, you know? And that's when they get all excited. And this time it was all foggy, so I didn't see anything. I couldn't see the strip until we got like really, I got really close by. So I don't know. I always think of that scene, you know, when they go in the very beginning, he's trying to cheer up Jon Favreau's character.
All right, what else do we got?
I've got one over here. We've seen Chris Pratt transition from television to movies, says Mitesh Katecha. Who else? Is it as hard as you think it would be, and who would you like to see transition from TV to movies next?
Yeah, look, I've said this a lot, again, debates about this a lot. Transitioning from TV to movies isn't that big of a deal. Transitioning from first breaking out as a big major TV star then into movies career has proven that the math doesn't lie. It's proven to be nearly impossible. In the past 25 years, you can maybe run down 20. Maybe 21, 22 names that have really done it, that really broke out first as a huge A-list TV star, and that's established, and then transition into movies. I mean, where's the cast of Friends these days? You know, that sort of thing. With Chris Pratt, I think every once in a while we'll get those. But remember, Chris Pratt, while he was a TV actor, Chris Pratt wasn't even in the top 4 build people in Parks and Recreation. I mean, that wasn't his show. That was a number of the other characters. He was like the 4th or 5th or 6th most important character on that show. I adored him on that show. He'll always be Andy to me. But who would I really like to see break out and who could do really well as a big A-list movie star? Right now, I can't think of anybody right now. Can you, Dennis? You watch a little bit more TV than I do.
I do, but I disagree with you about the television thing. I think a lot of, especially in the last 10 years, I think a lot of people can transition from television to movies. It's not that line anymore. I do think, you know, speaking of Swingers, this is someone that came, you know, was big in movies, and now he's going to be in a True Detective season 2, which is Vince Vaughn.
Right.
I think that's going to help resurrect his career. I think he's going to kill it in it, and he's going to resurrect his career. And hopefully, if he stays away from doing those same movies, he's played the same character in how many movies now?
A lot in a row.
I think that's going to help him. Another guy that came from television that didn't do so well, and I think you like him as well, Taylor Kitsch. He has a lot of potential to break on through
television.
Yeah,
what did he do?
Friday Night Lights.
Oh, right, but he wasn't a big TV star.
I mean, the show wasn't a huge hit, but for that show, he was
and
like.
You're right. I like him. I do. Like
yeah,
him.
so I think he's really talented. He's also in True Detective season 2, and I think.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. Vince Vaughn, Taylor Kitsch, Rachel McAdams, and Colin Farrell. Right. I think they're all gonna do a lot of good stuff in that season.
I hope so.
Just like Matthew McConaughey.
S. Grace says Shailene Woodley went from TV to movies. Tell John this.
Okay, but it wasn't. That's the point. A lot of people bring up these people who were small in television. Shailene Woodley was not a household name. She was not a big TV star. Nobody knew who Shailene Woodley was. Will Smith was a music star first. Will Smith was a famous rapper. George Clooney is one of the 20 or 25. George Clooney, Michael J. Fox. There are 20. There are at least 20. George Clooney, Michael J. Fox. But it's very, very hard to get that. Once an audience sees a person and a big leading TV role, and they see him as that person in, think about it, 40 movies worth of television over a course of 5 years, 6 years, 7 years, it becomes really, really. Tom Hanks is one. Tom Hanks from Bosom Buddies, he made the transition over to movies in a big successful way. It just becomes really, really hard for those people to do it. It presents a really interesting challenge when they have that type of notoriety and recognition as one character with an audience to then move out and do something else. It's obviously can be done. It's just really hard for it to be done.
But I think in today's landscape, television is much more fragmented
That's
than
true
before.
too. It's a changing world.
You don't have those giant TV shows anymore, really.
Game of Thrones?
Even Game of Thrones compared to, back in the day of like, Seinfeld, or even you talk about Friends, those were much bigger shows, on NBC. I mean, Game of Thrones is big, but it's still on HBO,
No, good point. All right, another one.
All right, this guy's being very persistent, and he asked please, so I have to honor that.
Oh,
What happened?
S wrote. Oh.
We're back.
Oh, there we go.
I missed you guys. All right, S wrote. Should movie theaters install cell phone jammers?
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
Honestly, I'm not willing to. My feeling on it is yes, but I don't feel so strongly about it that I'll argue about it. But here's why I feel yes. The biggest complaint I ever hear from people when they do complain coming out of movie theaters, some idiot up there kept texting, some person refused to turn their ringer off. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, and the whole notion that you need to have your phone with you and have your phone turned on for an hour and a half, 2 hours, whatever. My feeling's always been, unless your name starts with Doctor or Mr. President, you can be unreached for 2 hours. And if your life is so crazy that you cannot be unreached for 2 hours, then maybe you shouldn't be going to a movie. 15 years ago, we didn't have cell phones. I mean, and yet the human race survived going to movies without cell phones. We got by. We made it. So considering that's a big point of annoyance for people, that people use their cell phones in movie theaters, stuff like that. Look, the best option is people learn to not use their phones. That's by far the best option. So I can be talked out of my position. You may talk me out of it right now, but why do you feel
so in general, I think I agree with you. I just think there are circumstances where you need I know there have been several times where I needed to know, like, have my phone on vibrate to know if someone was calling me for certain important information. So in those rare cases, I don't know how, jamming someone's system or cell phone is going to help them out,
But you'll get the message in an hour.
There's certain messages that you need immediately.
I won't deny that. Like I said, I could, I could be swayed. I can totally be swayed off my position on this. I'm not feeling really strong
that
about
will
it.
never happen.
Right.
That will. They'll never jam people's cell phones.
I don't think they will either.
I think it would be illegal almost in a way.
I don't think, because remember, this is their facility. They can jam signals in their facility they want. But I think you're right. I don't think they're able to do it.
I think it would be a PR nightmare.
It would be a PR nightmare. Absolutely. All right, let's take one more and then I'll tag out again. Who's got one? Okay, Amy Rose got one.
All right. Joey Jeffers writes, how about a new Dick Tracy movie?
Speaking of Bugsy, tough.
Yeah,
it's a tough one.
It didn't
if
do
you want to do
very
it,
well.
No, and if you want to do it in the spirit that you'd want to do a Dick Tracy, look, if you want to totally reinvent him and make another James Bond franchise, that's fine. But then it's not really Dick Tracy anymore. You're just calling him Dick Tracy. It would be a challenge. It would be a challenge.
I think it'd be hard to fit in this kind of modern. Because remember, Dick Tracy came out. What was it, like maybe 1 year after Batman? Or did it come out the same year as Batman? The original Tim Burton Batman.
Remember.
It was around that time. It was either the same year or the year after. And during that time. But now with the way kind of the modern like comic book movies are, seeing a Dick Tracy that's, if you maintain the same spirit of it,
right.
I don't know if the audiences would come to see it, to be honest.
I'm not totally sure either. All right, we haven't had Alicia and Dennis together, so Alicia, why don't we tag you back in? And I think we got like 10 more minutes. So you gotta watch your step. Do we got a question ready?
Hello. Okay. Damn it, Dennis.
We've got one from Joe Ferrer, who said, "Hey all, what happened to the animated movie?" Oh, we did that one already, didn't we?
Yeah,
oh dear, Maud needs more coffee. Greetings. Which would you like first? Daniel Day-Lewis acting in a comic book movie, or Scorsese or Spielberg directing one? Says Travis M. Smith.
I would like to see Daniel Day-Lewis in one because he can do anything. And it'll be funny, though, because he takes a year to prepare for each movie and he gets really into method acting. So watch out, world, if he was playing a villain.
I actually, as much as I love Daniel Day-Lewis, I would prefer seeing Scorsese direct a comic book movie.
Yep.
And especially because now we're talking about like how comic book movies can spin off into different genres. We had Winter Soldier, kind of more of a spy thriller, and we just watched this Netflix series with Daredevil, which is very much a crime drama.
Yeah, people keep telling me to watch Daredevil.
Yeah, I think you would
TV
like
show.
it. I think you would like it a lot
Okay.
because it's very different than the Marvel
It's different
tone that you've
treatment.
seen. It is like more of a mafia movie, so I think Scorsese could do something like
It is
that.
interesting talking about directors within this franchise world. I mean, that's why Edgar Wright left Ant-Man, because you have to play ball with all the other directors of the other movies that fit into yours. I wonder if Scorsese would be up for that.
Well, I mean, if they, not that it would happen, if they ever got him, I'm pretty sure they would give him free reign
Yeah,
to
be
do.
like, do whatever you want.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
fine.
Any
a
other
question?
questions?
Yeah, I got one over here from Quastelan, who says, "What's your must-have food drink when you watch a movie?" Love you, filthy show.
Oh, I love popcorn, definitely, and popcorn with jalapeno. That's like a new thing since coming to America that I really love, and lots of fake butter, or popcorn, fake butter, Reese's Pieces sprinkled in.
Yeah, I like popcorn, and then I throw any type of chocolate in there.
Yes. Salty, sweet.
Yes, exactly. I think one of my ex-girlfriends got me into it. She used to put Milk Duds in them. So now I put like whatever. I'll put Kit Kat. I think when we watched Avengers: Age of Ultron, I put Raisinets in my popcorn.
I had some. Amy Rose gave me some Easter eggs, so I put
nice.
Easter eggs in that popcorn, and it was delicious.
And then
Hold a second. Let me interject here. Okay, so I had never seen this before. I was with what's the dude's name from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.?
Agent Coulson?
Clark Gregg. Clark Gregg, who plays Agent Coulson in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. So we're hanging out at the AMC Burbank 16, and we go in to get popcorn.
Did you just drop
and
a
he
name?
takes popcorn. Hold a second. He takes popcorn, grabs a box of Raisinets, and pours Raisinets in them. I nearly throw up in my mouth. I have never seen this
What?
before.
You haven't seen this before?
This is not a Canadian thing, and I've never heard of anybody doing it again since until you just mentioned it right now.
I
Do
love
people
it.
seriously put Raisinets in their popcorn?
Yeah.
any chocolate,
I find
anything,
that unbelievable.
and
and it tastes delicious.
even the father in Whiplash does that. Pours it in. Yeah.
Oh, did he? Oh, that's right. That's right. And then cherry Coke. I always try to get cherry Coke, and then if I don't get a cherry Coke, I'll get the white cherry icy.
Oh, I've
Yeah.
never tried that. I have some Diet Coke or just water. And then sit the aisle because I often have. Any other questions?
Okay, we got this one. What do you think? Or this one comes from Mark Nato, who asks, Tom Hardy is Indiana Jones. What do you think?
Oh, I don't know.
I can't see it.
I can't see it. Or
I could
Bradley
see
Cooper.
Bradley Cooper more
I could
than
see
Tom
Bradley Cooper
Hardy.
more.
Tom Hardy just seems so serious to me. I don't know if I could see him kind of.
In the fedora.
Yeah.
Jumping around the place. I mean, I'm sure he'd do a great job because he's good in everything. But I think I'd prefer Bradley Cooper because he has that sarcastic wit about him.
Yeah, I could do Bradley Cooper, Chris Pratt, or Nathan Fillion.
Oh, yeah.
So.
Yeah, I know Maud loves Nathan Fillion.
Got a naughty.
Whoa.
I think he's pretty cool as
not what you
Captain
said.
Malcolm Reynolds in Firefly.
That's not what she said.
That's not what she said.
Hashtag, what am I again? Slag. What was I?
You're a disloyal skank.
Yeah.
She's not really.
Mama's gonna be so proud, guys.
Any other questions?
There's a lot of talk about who you'd like to see as a teenage Spider-Man, but maybe
Teenage
that's a
Spider-Man?
comic book question.
I want to see more of the guy who was in Kingsman. I want to see him do
Oh.
anything. Taron Egerton, he was great, and Jack O'Connell for everything, and not Jai Courtney.
They were talking about, I don't know the actor's name, but the two actors in Maze Runner.
Oh yeah,
The
Dylan
lead-
O'Brien.
Oh, and the other guy from Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
They both kind of have different looks to them, though. One is kind of, he has like a more cool guy look, and one guy has a nerdy guy look, but they both could fit for it.
Together, they
Yes,
would make
they would
good
make the perfect
Peter
Spider-Man.
Parker
Yeah.
Spider-Man. Yeah.
All right. We'll make this the last question of the day. This comes from Sammy. Oh, did I miss something? No one can hear what you're saying. All right. Sammy writes, will the Star Wars trailer be uploaded online after it is shown at Celebration?
Ooh, what do you think? I think so.
I think so.
That seems to make
Air
sense.
before?
I think it'll be up before.
Oh, really?
I think they're going to put it, if they do the same thing they did when they aired the first trailer in theaters, it's going to play here first, and then they actually ended up putting it online an hour and a half before it played in theaters. I think they might do the same thing.
I think that's almost a slap in the face
It
to the
would
people
be.
going to Celebration.
People
are
lining up.
lining up, like crazy. They go in there like, oh my God, we're going to see it. And then they probably are sitting in their chairs, and then everyone's tweeting, oh my God, did you see the Star Wars trailer?
They'll
Oh
be
my
like,
God.
Been
Yeah.
camping out for 2 days.
Exactly.
Even with them streaming Star Wars Celebration live, I'm sure some people are like, why am I going if I can just watch it at home? No, probably Star Wars fans really, really want to go and see Celebration in the flesh and see the trailer on the big screen. But I hope they show it at Celebration first and then put it online.
Yeah.
Keep it for the fans. It'd be nice.
At least for a few hours or something.
Yeah.
Do we have no one more question, or are we closing out?
We're going to wrap it up.
All
so
right.
I'll just,
Everyone want to get...
Everybody gets a nudge. So once again, thanks for joining us here, guys. Once again, we are here for the web. Yeah, I'll sit in the chair because I think they're starting to eat.
There's some sort of dance party going on behind us.
For the Academy of Web Television Awards tonight, we are nominated for 3 awards. You can watch it live. It is going to be streamed live online. Follow me at John Campia, or I'm sure Dennis will also put up. You can follow Dennis at Think Hero. You can shut up. You can follow any of these. Alicia, where can people follow you?
At Alicia Malone.
At Amy Rosie.
At Maud Garrett.
And thank you. And I'm sure we'll all tweet out the actual YouTube link where you can go to the link as soon as we put it up. Go. Amy Rose Sandwich. Go and bookmark the things and watch us tonight. Probably lose a lot of awards. So that'll be great. Thanks so much for joining us for this live stream, guys. We've had a really good time doing it. Dennis for setting up.
It's gone terrible.
It's been 24 hours of this.
Yes.
Maud, Amy Rose, Dennis. Thanks a lot, guys. AMC Movie Talk will be tomorrow's AMC Movie Talk will also be a little bit different because we're not going to have the whole crew back yet, but we're going to have something rolling. I'm not sure what yet, but join us again tomorrow. And then the AMC animation tournament will be back on Friday. Okay. One way or another, we're going to have the March Movie Madness animation tournament will be back on Friday with the round 3 results. So that'll do it for us.
I'll do pictures.
Oh, don't forget to check out Jedi Council because we'll be on location in Anaheim for Celebration
With Maud Garrett.
Yep.
And that'll do it. So,
All right.
yeah.
Everyone do the Campia point.
This is going to be awkward now because it's going to keep streaming till I go over there and stop the stream.
Yeah.